Joni Mitchell, the poetic force who could turn heartbreak into melody. Her songs, Big Yellow Taxi, A Case of You, did more than define a sound. They captured the emotional pulse of an entire generation. Yet behind the brilliance, she carried a hidden sorrow, a secret buried for decades. What betrayal could drive a mother to give up her first child? The truth, when it finally surfaced, was far more tragic than anyone could have imagined. A wound that quietly shaped her music and her soul. Born Roberta Joan Anderson in Alberta, Canada, in 1943, her early life was shadowed by struggle. At just 9 years old, she was struck by polio, an illness that left her temporarily paralyzed and forced her into isolation. But that solitude bred strength. She turned to art and music, crafting her own style without the confines of formal training. In 1964, while living in Toronto, she became pregnant. Alone and burdened by the harsh judgment of society, she realized that the life she dreamed of, the freedom of an artist, couldn't coexist with the demands of motherhood. In 1965, she gave birth to a baby girl she named Kelly Dale. With no money and facing unbearable social pressure, she made the heartbreaking decision to place her daughter for adoption. Soon after, she married folk singer Chuck Mitchell, adopting his last name, and moved to New York, determined to bury her secret and chase her music career. Her earliest songs shimmered with optimism, yet beneath the surface ran an ache that would define her art forever. By 1968, her marriage had ended and she found herself in Laurel Canyon, surrounded by the heart of the rock revolution. She wrote songs about her romances with Graham Nash, James Taylor, and others, turning her personal life into raw, vulnerable art. Still, the deepest wound remained hidden. To the world, she was the free spirit, the wandering muse. No one knew the private loss that haunted her. That secret would eventually resurface, not by her choice, but in a way that stripped away decades of silence. In 1997, a former roommate revealed the existence of the child she had given up so long ago. The revelation exploded into headlines, thrusting the famously private singer back into a glaring spotlight. But the real story wasn't just about the adoption. It was about reunion. Her daughter, now grown and known as Kelauren Gibb, had been searching for her birth mother for years. Suddenly, the themes that had echoed through Mitchell's music, loneliness, longing, loss, took on an unmistakable truth. Their reunion was turbulent but ultimately redemptive. The secret that had silently driven her creativity was finally out in the open. And in confronting it, Mitchell shed the image of the ethereal muse and revealed herself as something more human, more real, a woman who had endured the unimaginable and survived. In the end, she transformed her lifelong grief into a story of reconciliation and strength, proving that even the deepest pain can give birth to the most enduring art.